A very good afternoon to you. This is, of course, the Chat Chat with me, Jamie, right here on Relax Radio. Now, if you haven't checked us out on social media, what are you waiting for? Make sure that you do go check us out and connect with us on social media. If you have anything on your mind that you would like to share with us, well, we'd love to hear from you. Make sure that you connect with us, contact us, have a conversation with us because we love every single one of you listening in. So make sure that you say hi or you share with us whatever you're feeling about whatever topic that we talk about because we absolutely would love to hear your perspective and your opinion of things. Now, with that being said, today we've had very interesting conversation because we've been talking about social media. And earlier on, actually, I spoke to all of you about how social media is negative and the negative influences and impacts of social media. But I want to take a second to keep you informed of how social media is actually good. Okay. See, there's a lot of good things that come out of social media because a lot of people use social media as coping mechanisms. So if you do have a hard day, if you've had a very hectic day, then scrolling through your social media feed is going to instantly make you feel better and is going to make you feel that's basically going to be your coping mechanism for a lot of people out there, and that's perfectly fine. If it definitely brings you happiness, or if it makes you laugh, there are certainly so many funny videos out there that can crack you up. So if social media does that, well, then good on you. You figured out the good parts of social media. And what I want to say is, at the end of the day, the question that you should ask yourself is not if social media is good or bad, or does social media do more harm than good, but instead the question that you need to ask yourself when speaking about social media is if you as a person know how to use social media wisely. Because see, at the end of the day, you need to be very rational and very wise and responsible when using social media. Too much of anything is never good. So even if it's the best thing in the world, it needs to be done with in a moderate way, with accuracy. Same thing applies to social media. So if you are a constant user of social media, make sure that you remember these few simple things that can help you rather use social media to enhance your personal growth, happiness, and expand your view of the world. Now, first thing is, I want you to stop doom scrolling. So if you haven't heard what doom scrolling is, well, then it's this compulsion that we as human beings have to consume negative news on social media. So last year, especially this year, this word rather was added to the Oxford Dictionary just because of how popular it got. And I feel like last year, with COVID-19, with everything, with all the negative things that were going on in the world, a lot of us had a huge tendency to doom scroll and to consume so much negative information and so much negative news, and we almost took gratification from taking in all of this negative news. So make sure that you don't do that, because that definitely affects your mental stability. It affects your mental health negatively. So make sure that you don't do that, that you curate your social media feed in a way that promotes positivity, in a way that helps you bring out the best in yourself. If it's funny things you want to see, or if it's motivational things you want to see, make sure that you curate your feed so that you see more of that and less of what you don't want to see. Because at the end of the day, it's super important that you do curate your feed, and it's super important that you use social media wisely, because I truly believe in the law of attraction. Because in order for things to change, you have to see you need to basically attract a positive energy. You need to attract positive news and information. So it's not about of course, you need to know what's happening in the world. You need to keep yourself updated, but it's more of, oh, there's so much good that's happening in the world that is not shown on social media. There's a lot of negativity that comes up with news, with information that circulates social media. So make sure that you remember that there is so much good that is happening in the world. And if you can't change what's happening around you, well, then don't stress about it. It's good to keep yourself informed. It's good to keep yourself aware of what's happening, but don't not let it affect your mental health, or how you view the world. Now, with that being said, that's the thing about social media. Always be wise when you use it. It's a double-edged knife. You could either use it to help yourself. You could use a knife to help yourself and aid yourself in tasks, but you also could hurt someone. Absolutely same thing with social media. It could be used for either purposes. So make sure that you use it to help yourself instead of harm yourself, and make sure that you were absolutely wise when you use social media. So even when it comes to younger generations, teach your children, teach the younger generations about how to use social media wisely. Teach them of the negative impacts and the good things in social media so that they can reap the absolute benefits. Now, with that being said, I want to move on to some entertainment news. Now, we spoke about the Glastonbury festival that was supposed to happen, and I told you how it might have, or rather, there were plans for it to happen, but apparently the committee just informed people that the this year's Glastonbury festival will not take place because of the COVID-19 restrictions, and despite of their efforts, it has become clear that it will simply not be able to make the festival happen this year. However, I know that's a little upsetting, that's a little sad, but don't worry, because apparently there is still going to be a lot you can look forward to, because the Glastonbury organizers have announced plans for a very special and very spectacular live stream from Worthy Farm after the festival was cancelled, not for the first year, but for the second years. Now, it's still happening in the sense where there will be very special guest appearances, there will be collaborations. It's just that it will be happening online, and people, it's going to be basically a festival without the people. You can still watch it on your phones or your laptops or whatever it is. You can still view all of the amazing performances that will happen, and let me tell you, oh my goodness, the lineup for Glastonbury Festival is absolutely amazing. It is a 5-hour event happening on the 22nd of May, and we have Coldplay, we have Damon Albarn, Georgia Smith, Kano Haim, and Wolf Alice, who are supposed to be playing at the event on 22nd May, and that is Glastonbury. And so don't be upset. Yes, it's cancelled, which is kind of saddening, but don't worry, because there's still a lot to look forward to, because the lineup is amazing. And you know what? You could, of course, watch it on, you could, of course, watch the live stream. And other artists on lineup include Michael Kunaka, Idols, and the music will be linked by a spoken word narrative written and delivered by some very special guests. Okay, so the Glastonbury committee says that they're hoping people will watch this from home and that they have a moment and get into that spirit, the festival spirit. So that's basically what you can do. More information about that, we'll definitely keep you updated when we have more information about that. But that's some good news. That's some negative news, I think, that is covered up or masked with a lot of positivity as well, because things just have to keep going, and this is one way of things going, just keep going. And this is definitely the Glastonbury live stream online festival is something that you could definitely look forward to. Now, with that being said, it's about that time that I head on out of here, but don't worry, because we got Nick coming up, and he will keep you very good company, because he's going to be talking about some things that you definitely need to keep yourself updated with. So make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio. With that being said, I want to remind you to download our app. Make sure that you do download the Relax Radio app on your phone. But with that being said, I hope you have the best day ahead, and stay safe and stay blessed.